Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone highlights the power of friendship to overcome fear and danger, and celebrates the courageous acts that come from loyalty to others. Harry's choices define his character, emphasizing the theme that people shape their own destiny through the decisions they make. Hermione's tireless pursuit of knowledge and the trio's collaborative learning highlight the importance of education, curiosity, and critical thinking. The book juxtaposes the material world with the magical world, demonstrating that wonder can exist through perception and imagination. The novel invites readers to enjoy the thrill of uncovering clues and putting together the pieces of a larger puzzle, while considering the moral implications of power and knowledge. Now we're ready to hear the book synopsis, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Harry Potter is an orphan who has spent 10 years living unhappily with the Dursleys, his abusive and neglectful aunt, uncle, and cousin. On his 11th birthday, a half-giant named Rubeus Hagrid arrives to deliver startling news. Harry is a wizard, and he has been accepted to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Hagrid also reveals that Harry's parents were wizards who were murdered by the dark wizard Lord Voldemort when Harry was an infant. Voldemort disappeared after Voldemort's curse inexplicably failed to kill Harry. The lightning bolt scar on Harry's forehead is a constant reminder of that night and the magical world's fascination with him. Harry travels to London to purchase school supplies from Diagon Alley with Hagrid. He learns more about the magical world, buys his first wand, which unexpectedly matches his own powers, and discovers that the Dursleys have forbidden him from returning to the magical world. They board the Hogwarts Express at platform 9 3/4, where Harry meets two future friends, Ron Weasley, who comes from a loving, large family, and Hermione Granger, a brilliant and enthusiastic Muggle-born student. They become inseparable as the trio sets out to navigate the wizarding world. Upon reaching Hogwarts, the Sorting Hat places Harry into Gryffindor House.
Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry becomes the primary setting for the school year adventures. Harry quickly discovers a rich world of magical subjects, quirky teachers, moving staircases, house rivalries, and secret passages. He forms early bonds with classmates and teachers, including Hermione's sharp intelligence, Ron's loyalty, and the guidance of Headmaster Albus Dumbledore. Early in the year, Harry and his friends encounter strange happenings around the school. Robed figures, warnings, and rumors that someone within Hogwarts is seeking the Philosopher's Stone, a legendary object said to grant immortality and limitless wealth. The central mystery revolves around the Philosopher's Stone, which is said to be hidden somewhere within Hogwarts. Professors Snape, Flitwick, McGonagall, and Dumbledore each contribute to the sense that danger is present. Harry, Ron, and Hermione become suspicious of a string of odd events. A locked room on the 3rd floor, a guarded vault in Gringotts, strange visions, and a dueling club rumor. They suspect that someone is trying to steal the stone, and their suspicions lead them to investigate various clues that seem to point to different corridors and hidden passages within the ancient castle.
Their investigations reveal that the stone is protected by a chain of magical enchantments designed to prevent theft. The trio learns that the protections involve a series of tests that require logic, courage, and teamwork. The first test involves a life-sized game of chess, where they must play as pieces in order to advance. They understand that sacrifice and strategic thinking are necessary to proceed. The next challenge requires them to solve a riddle involving how to proceed through a set of magical obstacles by choosing the correct combination of actions and objects. A final series of protections demands they demonstrate bravery, cunning, and trust in one another. As the plot progresses, Harry becomes aware that Voldemort's influence lingers in the background, and a figure who appears to be helping him, Professor Quirrell, may be concealing a more dangerous motive. The trio's investigation reveals that Snape's loyalty cannot be taken at face value, and that the stone's guardianship is tied to a larger history of alchemy and magical lore. The path to the stone becomes a test not only of intellect and courage, but also of ethical judgment. The right choice is not simply to seize power, but to ensure that such power cannot be misused.
The climactic sequence culminates in a confrontation between Harry and the forces guarding the stone. Harry confronts Quirrell, who is secretly hosting Voldemort on the back of his head and attempting to obtain the stone to restore Voldemort's physical form. Harry's protective magic from his mother's sacrificial love, combined with his own courage and the stone's protections, allows him to thwart Voldemort's plan. Quirrell's body is overcome by Voldemort's presence, and the stone's fate is decided by a moral choice rather than brute force. Dumbledore later reveals that Nicholas Flamel, the legendary alchemist who created the stone, has chosen to destroy it to prevent its power from falling into the wrong hands. The stone is destroyed, and the threat is neutralized. Harry, Ron, and Hermione return to their normal lives at the end of the school year, but with the knowledge that the magical world is real, and that they have formed bonds that will influence their futures. The book closes with Harry returning to the Dursleys for the summer, but with anticipation of future adventures and the sense that Hogwarts is a home and a place where he belongs. The events of the climactic sequence pick up as Harry, Ron, and Hermione navigate the final protections around the stone. They realize that the tasks guarding the stone are not random traps, but a curated gauntlet testing courage, loyalty, and intellect. The trio separates to tackle distinct challenges that align with their individual strengths. Hermione solves the logic-based puzzle that reveals the correct path through magical obstacles. Ron's strategic thinking and bravery come into play during the life-size chess match, and Harry's courage and instinct carry him through a series of tests driven by protective enchantments.
Harry confronts the moral complexity of the situation as he reaches the final chamber. He discovers that Professor Quirrell is not acting alone. Voldemort is sharing a body with Quirrell and seeks the stone to regain physical form and dominance. The confrontation culminates in a clash of protective magic. The love that protected Harry as a baby remains a powerful and unseen shield. Harry's mother's sacrificial love, though not a spell itself, channels through his own courage and compassion. enabling him to withstand Quirrell's defenses and thwart Voldemort's plan. Quirrell dies as Voldemort is unable to sustain himself without a host, and the stone is rendered inert, its power destroyed by its creator, Nicholas Flamel, to prevent misuse. With the immediate danger resolved, Harry, Ron, and Hermione reunite and learn of the stone's destruction. Dumbledore visits the trio to acknowledge their bravery and to reiterate the importance of choosing the right over the easy path. The trio returns to their normal lives at Hogwarts, enriched by the experiences of their first year and the sense that they belong to a magical world full of possibilities and responsibilities. The summer break calls them back to the Dursleys, but the seeds of future adventures have already been sown, foreshadowing the ongoing battle between good and evil that will unfold across the subsequent books in the series.
Conclusion and overall impression. Rowling writes with a tone that balances fantasy and peril, making magical events feel tangible and emotionally consequential. The writing invites readers into a richly imagined world while remaining approachable, especially for younger readers, though it holds appeal for adults as well. The plot advances through a mix of mystery, discovery, and character moments that nurture both suspense and emotional investment. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is a timeless entry in a beloved series that invites readers into a magical world while exploring universal themes of friendship, courage, and the choice to do what is right. It blends whimsy with substantive ideas about power, identity, and belonging, and it does so with an infectious sense of wonder that has resonated with generations of readers. The book's enduring appeal lies in its ability to make the magical seem possible in the ordinary, and to remind us that bravery often looks like choosing to stand up for what is good, even when the path is uncertain.